All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks all for tuning in. It just went live, so I'm going to give it a minute or two so people can jump in. And what did she say here? I just got an email. Thank you. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Very awesome. All right. Very good. You're welcome, hon. And there we go. Hope everyone's Christmas was awesome. And the reason why I'm doing it on Saturday night, of course, is tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So a lot of people might be out. So I thought I'd do it tonight instead of tomorrow. I'm not one to go out on New Year's anymore. No. That'd be a little great timing. Hello, Kevin. Well, awesome. I'm glad. And say hello if you're here. Hello, Robin. And if you don't mind, if you haven't not subscribed to the channel, you can get notified by my channelings going live by subscribing. And also, loved your Langdon interview from Denise. Hello, Denise. Give it a thumbs up if you don't mind. If you like the content today. Pat says, hello, Roxy. Long time no talk. Hope life has been blissful. Yes. Absolutely, Pat. Hey, Leticia, just got your email. Hi, sweetie. And you're welcome. I'm glad you got everything. So doing a thing tonight. So let's get into it, okay? My whole thing about let's first consider this. Let's consider the title. It's relationships. Hello, Vern. It's relationships, okay? We're going to talk about relationships. Now, in the human context, most relationship is someone that you love or you have a relationship, a friendship, or a relationship. But in this idea, it's a more broadened sense of the word and relating to reality. So I want you to consider everything that you interpret, every experience that you have, every feeling, every sight, every sound, every single tiny experience, a relationship. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Smitty. A relationship, okay? I want you to really look at this. Look, I have this thing, and my thing is, and it took me a while to settle this within myself because I really wanted to understand if it was externalism or not. And it's not. It is my absolute drive is to get you to understand how creation works. It is not a very long, complicated process that involves mantras, mathematics, folklore, legend, and scripture, structure, rituals. Those are all relationships. That's what you have to see. That's a key right there. That statement is key. I want you to see how you're creating your world every single day. The first thing to learn is don't react to that statement that you're creating your reality. Because a reaction is absolutely showing you how you're creating your reality. A reaction to any amount of input, no matter how large or small, a sensation is a relationship. So let's consider all of creation as existence is real. Everything that doesn't exist is not real. So if it's all here and it's all real, the relationship with it is an opinion. So let's consider something that is wrong. If something that in your mind is wrong, then that's a relationship with what is existing. So mature yourself with me today and consider that all truths, all the reality, everything out there, everything, all of it is true. Not true in the sense of true false, not that relationship of polarity, a countenance. I need you to stifle your mind, stave it off, buffer it away for a while, and listen. Focus in the now, relax. Nothing is hurting you. Your reactions, let them by. Let them wisp through you. If you look at your idea of a truth, that's called reality. That is, in and of itself, that is a reality of existence. So it's real. So if it's real, we're going to consider that true. Just this is for your consideration. Again, if it's not real, we consider that not true. So whatever you experience, every ounce of reality sits in the true idea. Then you, as an experiencer of the reality you create, that has this to do with law of attraction and vibration, but just hear me out, is a relationship. So you have a truth inside of you that looks at truth because you're both existing. And you can say anything you fucking want to about it. There's nobody that can change your mind unless you change your mind to allow it and give it someone kudos for, oh, that changed my mind. Perfect. It's not right or wrong that your mind was changed. But your mind doesn't change, your relationship has changed. So when you look at this action, so here's an action, whatever it is, it might be a statement, it might be a point of view, it might be an institution, and you're interpreting that truth that exists as right or wrong. So in your world, the truth that you see about truth is it can be right, it can be wrong, it can be good, it can be bad, it can be mediocre, it can be happy, it can be sad. That's creating your world. That is the relationships that you hold true. So therefore, who's experiencing the truth? Only you. People don't share your world. Your relationship with people sharing your world because they agree with you is still a subjective truth that creates your reality. Don't umbrella anything. Don't put anything as this mass collective idea, because then you're going to miss the intimate world that you create every day through relationships. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Gillian. Oh, it's Jillian. Hi, Jillian. So I want you to see if your reaction about a thing makes you upset, makes you feel a great one. Let's all talk about victim. We've all felt like victims, and justly so if you look at cause and effect. If you look at what morality of humans says, and someone did something against the morals of the human collective currently, and they wronged you, and they took advantage of you, you most certainly can interpret that world, which is a truth, through your truth, which is, I'm going to be a victim, and you get to experience creating your reality, your interpretation, your truth creates your experience, your truth creates, I'm a victim. And you are, justly and rightly so. Remember, folks, this today's idea is not about right and wrong. Get that out of your head. That's human. None of you are human. All of you are gods. All of you are eternal fucking creators. Your human is an experience. It's like pushing yourself into a reality. If you were a tree, you would be a tree from the Terrapian civilization. You would be that experience. It's no different. It is what is creating the experience is the creator. So since you are human, your mind, your interpretation of reality is based on separation, which only leads to what is available. So I know nothing. What's available for me to interpret reality? Well, it looks like I have a bad thing over here, and it looks like I have a good thing over here. So I'm going to take those as truths. So my truth takes the truth of reality because it's happening. Okay? It's happening. It's real. It's there. that truth, right, says, according to me, this is the way I'm going to feel. But that truth isn't saying that. All the truths are absolutely and ever shall be what you call, and always ever shall be, unconditional. All reality is unconditional. I don't care what anyone or anything is doing. It's not right or wrong. You have to mature yourself. You need to grow into the godly point of view and say, oh, that thing there is a truth. How do I want to interpret it? If I am reacting to it and I feel an emotional relationship that would make me feel like a victim, then my truth is I'm creating an experience of being a victim. But they are not the cause of it. That is my assignment. I am creating my reality saying they are to blame, but they're just being unconditional free will. You have to see that. Right? Say someone's an inconvenience. Say someone is a bother. That action that they're doing is interpreted as something bothersome. You know, wizard. So you are inconvenienced, maybe a little bit miffed, or it's like, ugh. So it's not that it's right or wrong that you feel that way. Ever, ever, ever. Never right or wrong how you are feeling. Ever, 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 ever. It is and ever shall be in the moment, in the now, simply what is your truth. That's all it is. So if you don't prefer to experience being inconvenienced, look at what is going on from a different point of view. The only way to get to a different point of view is surrender, allowance, giving into the truth of you so you may see a different light. Because when you're pushing back or resisting against this, you're reinforcing what you are inconvenienced. The truth of being inconvenienced, you're saying, I'm inconvenienced, you're reinforcing that. So you can never experience a reality without the potential of being inconvenienced, being a victim, being hopeful, being needful, being responsible, being obligated, because those are the truths that you harbor. So your life is then interpreted this way, therefore you experience that, and therefore you reinforce it in any way you want to. You look away from it, transcend it, whatever you want. But this is why this is enlightenment. All I'm doing is showing you ways to look at how you're creating your world and what you and only you and nobody else but you can do about it. I heard someone talk about the other day about them in this state of being, and they were afraid if they were in this state that they can get possessed. It's like a dream state, channeling state, or something of this idea that they can get possessed. No one can possess a God because there's only one God, and there's only one truth, yours. You can experience through your truth a possession, no doubt, 100%. But that's the fractal. So if this person is validating the possibility of possession without ever being possessed, she's living in a potential of a future based upon what she coveted, heard, and bought as a truth, therefore creating her world. It's not right or wrong that she's afraid of being possessed. It's valid as anything else because it's all reality. It's all true. But you understand it's your world. It's her world. And you can look at it and you will have your fears. You will have your anxieties. It's a scary fucking place not knowing you're a God. It's terror. It's empty. It's looming. It's cavernous. It's a void. But I swear to you, from experience, you tear down these things that keep you dark. Not light or dark, good or bad dark. Bring out your internal light and enlighten yourself by transcending those belief systems that give you a posture or interpretation that feels emotional, human polarized emotions. And when you allow yourself to be lighter, I promise you, you will feel something that you cannot describe. It's the only way to say it. The only thing that I've ever found is my isness, my presence, my awareness. And that's just a discounted version of that. And it's unmistakable, it's undeniable. And the greatest thing is you don't have a belief about it. Can you imagine living a life with no beliefs, which only imply doubt, which only invite negotiation and argument? See, what you will have in that moment is something that is never learned. It is remembered. And it's a knowing, not a belief. There was a time that I was afraid of my channeling in the beginning. But that belief in I was a channeler with its doubts, with its need of support, attracting absolutely the best friends that could ever take me through this. One of them in the chat there, Debbie, that was by me, giving me all the support in the world and encouragement to continue, to where my belief grew into a knowing. And when you get reinforced of your own existence, time and time again, I'll tell you, you'll never believe that you're a God again. You'll know it. And that's a relationship that doesn't need to be cultivated or maintained, nurtured, because it is. It is so sweet. So I want you to look at relationships. And there's only person to look at about what's happening in your world is you. Now, there are a lot of shit that's happening that would not be preferenced. We understand that. And those preferences that you don't, those things you don't like anymore are interpretations. Those are relationships. So you're going to have to look at those relationships and says, what do I want to do about this? I would like to not feel obligated anymore. So what do I do, Roxanne? I have an employer. I have a friend. I have something that makes me take action that I don't want to do, but my guilt, my obligation, Roxanne, says something. And it's so strong, it scares me if I don't say these truths, if I don't become the truth of this obligation. So you're looking at it from a mature person, one that's growing into the God, returning home, becoming an adult in creation, a divine. And you're going, well, I feel obligated. So since I'm interpreting that and I feel that, and even the doubt or even the lingering choice of not choosing the obligated action bursts this other idea of a consequence. It brings another fear. It says, if you don't, consequence. And then what happens if this doesn't happen? If you don't do, then this might happen, and this, and this. And then you're going, oh my God, it's easier. It's easier, Roxanne, just to choose the obligation because it's really not a big deal. If I just do it. The fuck it isn't. That's reinforcing. What you put out is what you get back. You guys can change those things. And they're going to hurt, especially when they're steeped in value. What is steeped in value? Family. Strong relationships. Something that you have to change because you know it's eating away at you. There's one thing that I learned about reality. When it comes to things being created, there's no effort. It took me 6-7 years to really trust that. But I took my time and I took my best version of myself and I kept on releasing those safety and security protocols that would keep me comfortable. And I lived on the edge of the unknown and I was afraid and I was scared, but I always was supported in the now and never, ever failed. Yes, Pat, absolutely. It's great to hear your voice once again, Pat. Yeah. So it's up to you to look at that with honesty, critically, maturity, and decide, if I don't want to be obligated, am I worthy to myself, as Pat wrote in the chat, to take a chance and choose a non-obligated choice, which is a different reality. And I choose realities that create my world. Now, if I choose this, there is a possibility of blowback. And I might get a negative connotation, but the negativity is still mine. Because when do I get to choose? Or is my belief systems, my fractal, my structure, my personality, all of the things that I learned as a human running me? Where do I fit in? These are relationships, masters. This is what you can see within your kingdom each and every day, every action, every interpretation. And you don't have to fix them all right now. What you do is start to take notice. And you have the opportunity to not be obligated by your boss saying, can you work? By your employer saying, we need to do extra overtime. I need you to stay behind. Your kids want you to do something for them, and it's going to be at the expense of you. You feel obligated because you're your kid and you want best for your kids. You had your kids at 20, 22, 17, 25, and you have your kids. When does it start? When does your life start? I'm obligated. I want to be the best mother. So you do everything for them. Did your mother do everything for you? Did they do their best? They did. And you were doing your best. But not on the structure of what you consider best. Because that in and of itself is a belief. That's a relationship. So maybe you need to look at your obligations with your children. Because your children, masters, are God's. They're fine. Don't cultivate the relationship with your children into a dependency on you. Children need to be roadworthy, not tough love. I don't like tough love, but they need to be roadworthy. They got to have some salt in them. The ability and courage to make their own decisions, to learn that their choices are their relationships to realities as well as you are. We're all on equal ground. We are all for God. So I think that if you can look at the obligation and make a different choice to allow light to come in and to see, you might have reactions to it, which again are just simple relationship truths to you. But when you understand it as a portion of you birthing, and you feel that birthing of change, and then you go, this is wonderful because I'm being me, I count. Although the criticisms say you're being selfish, you're not a team player. That's human. Humans obligate the fuck out of each other every day to make them do stuff they don't want to do. But if it's the right thing for the best case scenario for everyone, and we are not in any way, shape, or form involved in anyone else's business. And that might be a tough thing to take if we're supposed to be a collective, but we're a collective because we understand our wholeness. A collective happens because everyone is whole within the collective. But if the collective itself is divided, because every one member of the collective is divided, then the collective will remain divided no matter how much candy, sweets, and fluff and stuff you want to decorate it. It's still separated. It's still a divided kingdom. And you're the kingdom inside your head. This is your castle. And I say it all the time. You can return to your throne, or you can sit down and play and create relationships that you understood since you were a child and maintain those by reinforcing them every day. Okay? So that's all over the next coming couple of days from now, is start to change one relationship that no longer services you. It's not a wrong relationship. Can't feel guilty about it. You don't know any better. But maybe there's a maturity there. Maybe there's an opportunity to grow into a different part of you, right? So I would do that. I would look at this new year as not as a resolution to become a better person. You're already a better person. You're all that is. You can't get any more better than your own existence. I guarantee it. Make sense? So look at this new year and find one opportunity to say, I can say no to this reinforcement of this relationship. Because if I keep Abraham 101, energy follows awareness. If I keep reinforcing this world, I'm putting that same energy out, I will attract that same energy to reinforce it and give me another opportunity to reinforce it again or change. I have to choose it though, because this is my kingdom. And it's going to be scary and uncomfortable and uncertain, but you are masters and you're eternal. It's within you. So that's the offering on relationships. One other thing I like to offer is that I have my new set of classes coming up, and I'm going to do a separate video. It's January 9th. It starts. It's a Tuesday. It's the Ascension schools, the Ascension classes, the 4-month-long idea. Each month is a different idea, a different focus. So that's coming up. So you can click the website down below and just look under Ascension classes to read all the details. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, consider it. And if you are worthy of your own fucking existence, then start showing it to yourself. Choose the kingdom within. It is most certainly heaven. This I guarantee. Happy New Year, everyone. I love you, and we'll see you next Sunday. Thanks, everyone. Bye.